Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. I hope we are all okay. I hope we're all right. I hope the day is treating you as well as it possibly could be treating you. Obviously, happy Thursday afternoon. Apologies, my ring light's been a bit weird. Don't know what's going on with that. But yes, good morning to you all, or now afternoon. I hope the day's treating you well. Whatever you're up to today, I hope you make the absolute most of it. Obviously, the weekend nearly being here. You've not got long left. The weekend here will be here. The football will be back. Obviously, Spurs playing Sunday. Preview out for that will be Saturday morning, and I should have Luke joining me again for it. But in this video, we are actually going to be talking about the Celso Reguilon news. Alongside that, we're going to be talking about George Abbott and a loan move. We're going to be talking about the Carabao Cup draw that came out yesterday and when that game will be played. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, to be honest. Just want to say, though, if you're watching this and you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And I seem for the life of me not to be able to get this ring light to start. That looks a bit better. There we go. Morning, Spurs. Morning, Dan. Jazz, how are we? Liam, Tom, Richardson, Christian, Martin, Robert, Joshua, how are we all? We'll be talking about, obviously, the end of the transfer window, which comes tomorrow, about a day and a half away now it comes. So we're talking about that when we kind of get there. I talked about Betis bidding for Lo Celso yesterday, Joshua, but we'll talk about Lo Celso again. Morning, Adventurous, Alez, Mikey, Richard, how are we all? A lot of positivity this wonderful afternoon. So let's talk. Let's talk, really. I'm actually going to start with George Abbott. It's a bit rogue, I know. You're probably sitting there going, don't talk about him. I want to talk about Lo Celso. You can sit there and wait. That's what you can do. I'm joking. Alistair Gold putting out that George Abbott is set to join League Two side Notts County on loan. And I saw some people, you know what it's like with Spurs fans. They can't be happy about anything. Everything must be awful. You know, we're loaning out a player that's young. You know, Daniel Levy out. I hate Spurs. All that stuff, right? This is, I think, is a good move. He's going to go to a league where he's going to be a really good player in that league. He's going to get regular minutes as well. And that's the key thing. It's not about loaning him to the Championship where he's going to get 10 to 15 minutes every weekend. I'd rather him go to a lower league, but he's going to be playing 90 minutes week in, week out. And he will play a lot of football in League Two. A lot of football. It's a good league. Obviously, we had success in that league last year with some of our loanees. You know, Matthew Craig obviously had a really great loan spell there last year. So there's no reason why George Abbott couldn't have the exact same situation. So, you know, it's good. It's a good loan. It's a good loan move for him. I think he'll benefit a lot from this, if I'm honest. You know, there's obviously probably a bit more loan wise that we will have come along. You know, let's see what happens after Divine. I think Dorrington will probably stay in the setup. I can't see him out on loan. There is obviously backup keepers that might go out on loan. You know, Gunter might go out on loan. So yeah, I think there's a little bit more to be done on the loan front. Obviously, every Tuesday in the season, loan roundup. As you know, we always do it. It's a bit of fun. I don't think a lot of people do it, if I'm honest. But it's good to know how the guys are all doing out on loan. Worrying lack of chance to chatter about us. Well, to be fair, we've signed players and there wasn't any chatter about them when we were signing them. So there's that. Arnie, let's bring this window to the end and concentrate on the football proper. Exactly, Cozy. I agree. How are you, mate? Hey, Van Gogh, how are you, mate? Yeah, unlike some Spurs fans who seem to think we were supposed to sign Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Bellingham, and all sorts. I'm looking forward to this being done now. Quick chat about the Europa League, sorry. So it's 24 hours. Spurs just put it on their Twitter. It's 24 hours. I think it's 12 o'clock tomorrow that Spurs do the Europa League draw. So obviously the change in how it works, you know, how many you play. It's a league situation this time. So obviously we'll talk about that. And you know, a few people have mentioned it about going live for the draw. We might go live for the draw, obviously, because we normally go live in the morning anyway. We may go live for the draw and talk about it. I'll sort of see how I feel tomorrow, to be honest. Morning, mate. How are you? What are your thoughts on getting Coventry as Spurs' first opponent in Carabao Cup? I like it. Not opposed to over. We'll challenge Spurs, but still a team Spurs should beat. Well, we're going to be talking about it. Let's own in Rodri, Mbappe, and Vinicius. Yeah, that's what I think some I think that's what some I genuinely think that's what some Spurs fans thought. It's worrying. I can't lie, it's actually worrying they think that. But yeah, let's talk Coventry because it's been brought up to me. So Spurs will travel to Coventry for the third round of the Carabao Cup. The game will take place on the 16th of September. Oh, it will take place the week commencing a 16th of September. Sorry. So I'd assume it'll probably be the 18th of September, something like that. So a few days after the North London derby. Oh, I think I'm gonna be flying that day on the 18th. I'm flying to Spain on that day for a few days. So I might miss the game, unfortunately. If I'm honest, I saw, a few people saying, oh, it'd be good to either get a bigger side or, what have you. I thought the EFL Cup or the Carabao Cup, it's farcical. It benefits the European teams, European teams only, that they don't play each other. Coventry, a decent side. Obviously, they've had some success in the FA Cup last year. They had some success in the league. I think, yeah, we should still be winning this game, but it's such a good opportunity to see some of the other players that we don't see as frequently and wait for someone to go. Ange did that last year and it backfired. And I've discussed about it. I won't be discussing any more about that because I think that's a really lazy take. But for seeing some of the other players playing, you're going to get more Archie Gray on Bergvals and Mikey Moores, and Odebear will definitely be playing, football at least leading into that, if not that game. You'll be seeing Jed Spence's, Dragujins, Austins. You're going to be seeing a lot of other sort of players playing, and I think it's a really good chance to see what you have in those players, because I think we know what we have in our starting 11. But it'd be good for these guys to get that sort of game, getting some European football games as well. For me, I think I love it personally, and that's what I was hoping for. Not to be rude, but a lesser team. So then that way, we're going to see more of the other guys. You want to see Spurs play Carabao? Oh, brutal. Each 18-19-year-old prospect should be loaned out each season, and each season should be progressed up the leagues until they have 1 or 2 seasons of the Championship, then get them in the side or sell them. It's not a bad shout. The science of incomings could mean there's something that Lang is working on, especially if the Celso happens. Well, the Celso will be moving. Him and Reguilon will be moving on. And like we discussed quite a few times over the past few days, obviously, even though our window in Spurs' window, so our window in the UK time finishes tomorrow, 11 p.m. So about a day and a half away we have left of this window. Other leagues have their windows open for a lot longer. So teams that want to, move off of a few players, e.g. look at Chelsea, they can. They've got a bit more time to work with. And I think teams, it's annoying if you want to hold on to players that you like, and it's a bit difficult. But for other teams, they've got a lot of like deadwood or players they want to move off of. It gives them a bit more breathing room. But I don't foresee us having any issues in moving off those two, which I'm going to come to them in a minute. Afternoon, a home draw would have been good. Yeah, it would have been nice. Such a shame, but I'm not gonna add my 2 cents. Twitter is already unhappy about Spurs having an away draw, but the same usual 4 getting the luck they want. But like other than Liverpool, I think they all got pretty nice draws, if I'm honest. It's going to be like Odebear, but multiple transfers. Quite funny seeing Mope going Marseille after crying about fans the other day. French fans are worse. French fans are not easy customers, that's for sure. Loving the show. On my way home after a long day teaching and typhoon dodging in Japan. Well, get home safe, my friend. Get home safe. The negativity merchants are now pointing of Chelsea to Liverpool. Great move when we were linked. It was considered a lack of ambition chance. What in the world is wrong with people? Fortunately, Cozy, I think a lot of people, if they don't get the signings that they want, they think the club are lacking of ambition. It's not everyone. There's people I think that are a little bit more reasonable and level-headed to say, oh, Ange wants these people, or, the club have been scouting these people. Maybe they know a little bit more than, us who sit at home on the sofa watching football. I know, shocking, huh? Is Bentancur banned? Bentancur is banned for the international football for 4 games. Not for football for Spurs, just for Uruguay. So they have it with the Carabao Cup. Want to bring in a couple of things. So let's start with Romano, who said that not only Giovanni Celso, Sergio Reguilon also preparing to leave Spurs before the end of the window. Talks ongoing to pick the best options. So, hey, we have options for Reguilon. So that's a bit of good news. I think a lot of people were worried. We've not heard a lot about Reguilon. We've not heard a lot about a potential move for him. There are apparently on the table offers for Reguilon. So do you know what? That for me, little win. It was a little win. Yeah, I'm happy with it personally. You know, I think the situation is those two moving on. And look, again, some people aren't very happy about the window, and I think that's because they think we're going to sign more. But when you actually look at the window itself, Spurs had to do the outgoings. We had to do the outgoings. It wasn't people thinking, "Oh, Daniel Levy wants more money in his back pocket." No, we had to do it because of the European squad spots and the Premier League squad spots. We actually had to move on from a lot of these players. So, in that regard, fantastic window. That has been an amazing window because they did so much of a clear out this summer, which I didn't think they were going to be able to. I thought that maybe, moving on from 8 to 10 players, that would be an incredible summer. They've actually moved on from nearly 15 players. So they've had an incredible summer. Johan Lang has worked very, very well. And I talked about it when at my Italian friend said that, well, Paratici's fantastic when it comes to signing players. He's really active, X, Y, and Z. His one weakness was actually selling players. He doesn't sell players very well. Johan Lang at least has done that, and we had to. I won't go into that. You know what I think about that. But when we talk about the incomings, Spurs were never going to be bringing in 7, 8, 9 players. Spurs brought in a lot of players last summer. If and when our academy guys start to play well, they start to stay at the club for a bit longer. When it comes to European football, we can then start to be a bit more expansive with our squads. So we just have to kind of short-term loss, long-term gain, if you know what I mean. Hey, El Matic, mate, how are we? Listening while at the gym. What are you training at the gym, mate? What are you training? Any word on team fitness? What do you want to know, Robert? Reports of Van der Ven, Solanke and Richie not training. Any news? Not today. No, nothing today. Once we move both the Celso and Reguilon out, we'll be seeing transfers immediately. Well, yeah, we'll definitely. I still think we bring in at least one. Yeah, maybe there's two, and maybe there's something like that. But I think we bring in one more. Just reading that the Saudi League window is actually closing September 2nd this year, not October as we thought. Well, still a few more days of that Saudi window. It's an extra couple of days for them. Obviously, there's other leagues around Europe that do have a little bit longer. So again, when we talked about Turkey, when we talked about Ndombele and Sanchez going to Galatasaray, it's those sort of moves. Obviously, Reguilon's been linked to Turkey. I don't know why Saudi came back into my mind. Obviously, Lo Celso has been linked to Turkey, so that's why I'm saying there's not to be concerned with anything. Afternoon, Andy. All that League Cup draw is very strange before you qualifiers getting home draws. It's almost like they want the big four in the semi-finals. Don't like it. The reason is, Ed, is the money that's actually in the Carabao Cup is not very good. I think I was working out is like one home European game for Spurs makes more than they'd make for winning the League Cup. So you see why big teams actually don't try and focus on the League Cup unless it's at the very end of the competition. They go, actually, it's a semi-final. We could win something here. But financially, that's why teams don't care enough. It is a bit of a shame. Hence why I think the League Cup always is a bit rubbish, if I'm honest. That's why the FA Cup offers a lot more money, a lot more. Hence why the big boys all take the FA Cup a lot more seriously. It does help when we're relaxed on not getting top money and always trying to get the most out of them. Yeah, I think Spurs did the right thing this summer. They moved off of players for, like Tanganga and Session that maybe you could have gotten a few quid for, but they just thought, cut our losses, move on. It's two out the door, that we didn't need to put any effort into. The Parrot deal was quite a nice, easy one because they were going to get a few quid and they knew about it, plus FFP. That was going to be a big bonus. Obviously, they probably held out for a bit more money on Emerson, which I'm glad they did. Didn't mind them taking an extra month or two. They got a lot more money out of it. Skippy got some really good money out of Skippy's deal. Højbjerg was actually, ironically, a really quick deal when you think about it, because he finished up at the Euros and like 2 weeks later, he was gone. So that was a really quick deal when you think about it. So there's been some deals where they've sort of haggled, but then for the most part, I think they've kind of just gone, let's just quickly get this one done out of the door. We're not going to make a lot of them on them anyway. You know, I'm positive on 2 more. Oh, crikey. Marshall, how are you, mate? Lewis Holt, we out. Good Lord. Oh, good Lord. All right, Van Gogh and Marshall, get a room. Get a room. I'm joking. Yeah, obviously, I saw the Estadio Deportivo talking about Lo Celso. Apparently, he's unimpressed with his current situation. Apparently, Ange promised him more game time and what have you. They said he was training away from the squad, but he's not. They're literally training with the squads. So I don't know why that's come out a part of their report. But yeah, no, I think what I would say is he's not in Ange's plans. So we know that. We expect him to move. He will move. We don't see you get a room with a summer fruit squash of yours. Technically, mate, I do have a bottle here with me. It's actually in my room. So you're wrong. Come on. If you're not aware, I've been cooking Van Gogh for the last couple of days. I don't know what's got into me. Big up. Trying to relate bedtime story to a 7-year-old with an earpiece in. Not going that well. I would say I'd love to help you there, Scott, but Spurs probably doesn't put anyone to sleep. It puts them into tears. So I can't help you there, Scott. Both him and Reggie have been seeing training videos. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? So it's like, that's why you don't believe every single report as well that come out about that. Like, had they just waited, seen the video, they go, oh, there he is. I can see him. He's training with them. Don't put that in there. The rest of the report probably would have been really solid, but don't. You know what I mean? Fruit Punch KA. I can't do it, mate. That great KA has scarred me for life. It was one of the worst things I've ever tasted. It was like tasting medicine, but like a really bad version of medicine. Andre's gone to Wolves. Good move for Andre. Guy wearing saucy shirt is asking me to get a room. You already know how it is. Lol, you got the wrong one. No, I'm not having that, Mr. M. Not having that. You've had your chance. You've ruined it. So let's do a little poll on this one because I want to know your thoughts and feelings. Let's do this. So we've got 0, 1, 2, more than 2. Sorry. Right. Tell me what you think for the last little bit of the window. Vote in the poll. This is for new signings. So no new signings, 1 new signing, 2 or even more than 2 if you're feeling a little bit frisky. Crazy shout, but Iron Brew over squash. It is a crazy shout, but I do like Iron Brew. So I won't crucify you a little bit there, Ales. But don't be throwing my boys, some of fruit squash under the bus there. Worst of all is that a ginger is talking. I'm not even ginger, mate. I'm not even ginger. It's a brunette. I'm a brunette. All right. KA, yeah, it's not good, Dean, is it? 1, try the Sun Exotic chocolate. I can't trust you anymore, Mr. M. I put out that olive branch to you, and you took the branch, you snapped it, and you gave it back to me. I can't do it. Now I'd say you're ginger, Andy. Yeah, well, Les, mate, don't you start. All right, don't you start. I'm very much a brunette. Very much a brunette. Although, to be fair, the beard is a little bit ginger. When the sun hits it, the beard does go a little bit ginger. But the brunette up here, if I'm not going to be ginger somewhere, I'd want it to be here, you know. Iron Brew's quality. Nice with a vodka too. Oh, Martin, that's a shout. That's a shout and a half, Martin. When you left back to cover a dog, yeah, I agree. Bro, give me another chance. I don't know. You got to earn it. You got to earn it, mate. You are more ginger than ginger itself. That's outrageous. This guy probably claps when he wants to high five a friend. Marshall's the kind of guy that claps when the plane lands. You can tell he's the guy that is. Oh yes, guys. Or he's that, or he stands up straight away because he thinks it's going to be quicker to get off the plane. Hey, come on, Marshall. I'm here all day, mate. You have any assumption who our new signing will be? I don't, mate. If I'm honest, I don't. It's too hard to really say because they keep it so close to the chest nowadays. It's too hard to really say. Big up from Bosnia, Andy. How long have you been hitting the gym for? Well, Amel Mehic. Is that how you say his last name? That's how you say last name, Mehic. Please tell me if I'm wrong or not on that. Cracking name, regardless. First watcher from Bosnia. So welcome, my friend. How long have I been hitting the gym for? On and off, about 12 years. So I've taken time away to go traveling and things like that. But on and off, 12 years. Our window regarding incomings hasn't been adequate. Can't lie. I don't mind. I don't mind the incomings. I don't think they're as bad as everyone puts out to be. Bergval and Gray have been fantastic. Solanke's obviously a new number 9. It's going to help. I don't mind it as much, you know. Have I exiled your admirer? I haven't. No. What about Umbongo? I don't know what that is. Should do a Ginger United podcast. Oh, Martin, bloody hell. He's the kind of guy that eats an ice cream from the bottom up. Oh, I tell you what, I would love just a little bag. You know, those cornettos, little chocolate in the bottom, just a big bag of that. Oh, that'd be lovely. Good squad ACM anyway. I don't mind that. Andre went to Wolves. Interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. You're not from North Korea. Andy, the type of guy to wear shin pads to weekly shopping. Hey, have you been in the supermarket? It gets a bit rowdy in there. Annie eats corn the long way. Oh, who does that? Oh, you got questionable humans do such a thing, mate. Isn't there alcoholic iron brew anymore? Used to be WKD. Oh, WKD is awful. Close enough on the pronunciation. I take it. Oh, I appreciate that, mate. I try my best. Shrooms is the type of guy to chant USA whenever the plane is landing. Where is Shrooms been? He's been busy, mate. He's been a busy boy. Afternoon, Ivan, mate. How are you? The juice, you might not be old enough. Hey, don't you start. I'm pretty old, though. Had a quality ad back in the day. Hey, that used to be good. Start upgrading next window. Yeah, I think Spurs will add 1 or 2 maybe in January. And then next summer, I think will be a massive summer. Do you like that Spurs keep much closer to the vest than before? Well, Richard, I've got 2 schools of thoughts on that. One is the selfish person of side of me. No, because it makes it so much harder to do content. But in terms of as an actual fan, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's smarter. It doesn't let teams get in there and nip in. I don't mind it, you know. Then Donker's link would be a return back to Wolves as well. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think João Gomez will be happy in Robin Hood, mate. I would love Grimaldo in a Spurs shirt. He'd put a lot of pressure on Destiny. Yeah, I tell you, Leverkusen nearly flopped it yesterday against a Sunday league team. Awful. When will I preview Newcastle? Sunday. I may record it on the Friday, and I may not go live with it, but it'll be out Saturday for sure. And he's the type of guy to bring a spoon to a Super Bowl event. I don't mind that one, actually, Van Gogh. That was quite good. I'll let you have that one. The type of the guy to shut the fridge with his hips. Well, if you eat as much food as I do, Mr. M, you probably do shut it with your hips. That or elbows. How was AEW? AEW was good. It was a very good show. I think there was probably only a couple of matches that I wasn't really blown away by, which ironically was 2 of the more later in the card matches. The Darby Allin, Jack Perry coffin match wasn't great. Sting's obviously surprise reveal, which we all knew Sting was going to pop up anyway, but Sting coming out kind of saved it a bit. The Mercedes Moné, Britt Baker match I didn't really enjoy. Yeah, they were probably the 2 worst ones for me. We have 1 confirmed incoming in January. Well, there you go. There's 1. True. We spent 150 million or thereabouts. People thinking we're signing more. Bear in mind, Daniel Levy is in charge, very financially savvy. I think we'll get 1 more. Leverkusen will flop hard this season, just like Napoli. Ooh, brutal that. So I was just looking at the Mopay deal. Did Stone Cold beat The Rock? yeah, it did. It was they had a what used to be a really good. They had a street fight. That's what they had. Abbott to Oftenotts County, talked about already. Adventurous. Sting is still wrestling. Sting retired earlier this year. He's still a part of the company, but he retired earlier this year. I came to London, didn't meet you. I know, Donna. Terrible of me. Hey, Johnny, mate, how are you? Been a good window. Good talent coming in. Don't need mercenaries or hyped agent signings. Agreed. Will it be Hayden Hackney, our last minute sign? I don't think it'll be Hayden Hackney. I think it'll be a defender. What does the poll say, Andy? Thank you, Sonia, for doing my job for me because I was getting all caught up with things. Apparently, Mercedes Moné is on 100 grand a week. I think she's on about 5 mil a year. She's the highest female paid wrestler. Which position do you see as signing for the deadline? Left back or a left centre back? Used to love Sin Cara. Good Lord, that's a blast and pass. Would you do a watch long for the Europa League draw? Well, we'll do it in a poll. I'll put a poll up in a minute. So, by the looks of things, over half of you think we're going to sign one more player. Over half of you think that. And then over a quarter thinks two or more signings. And 18% seem to think we're going to sign no new signings. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think we get one more. Personally. How many players will Spurs sign next 40 hours? One more. No, Donna. Do you feel wrestling these days is cringy? No, wrestling is better than it used to be, mate. It's a bit better than it used to be. Why do you think all the celebrities love WWE? Got to be a left back at least. Yeah, I think so. Saw Sting in Atlanta in 1998. Oh, back in WCW days. I've been watching a lot of videos on WCW recently. I even bought the WWE 2K24 game just so I can play some WCW stuff. Carmen or Locatelli, which do you take? Probably Locatelli, if I'm honest. Morning from Brooklyn, New York. Hopefully, help on the left or in the back is coming. Our outgoings have been awesome. Agreed, Eric. Morning to yourself, my friend. That Sting guy you're talking about wasn't a musician with the Police. Every breath you take and stuff. No, it wasn't. No, wasn't the singer. Wasn't the singer. It was a man that used to live in the rafters and wears face paint. 98 WWF was the best. Probably 99 was probably their best ever year. 99, 2000s were their best ever years, I'd say. Do I believe in Joe Hendry? Yes, I do. Absolutely do. Attitude Era was good, yeah. I grew up with the Attitude Era. Sting is 1,000 years old. Sting is what, 63? Who thinks more than two realistically? I don't know. Hang on, putting another poll up. Hang on. Right. Poll for the Europa League draw. Tell me what you think. I'll be happier to see a pacey left centre back. Easy to shift to left back from there anyways. Well, yeah, potentially. The way I look at it is... So I thought I saw something. Don't worry. Ignore me. I went to WrestleMania 20 in MSG. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, well, WrestleMania might not be far away from coming here. And if it does, I'm so buying tickets. I will go. I will definitely vlog it as well. I'll make the most of it. Ospreay vs MJF must have been great. It was very good, Johnny. It was very, very good. I think the issue that AEW had is the matches in and around that felt really flat. But that match itself was a banger. Promos are a bit cheesy. Only a few pull it off. I tell you, one guy that does pull it off is my tribal chief. You already know. I miss TNA. Loved it with Perk. Oh, Perk Angle is the greatest wrestler to ever set foot on this earth. Perk Angle, not Kurt. Perk Angle. If you don't know, go and find out. Sting was a badass. Was done dirty so many times. Yeah, it was. I think more than two is a stretch, personally. Remember the Hardy Brothers? Of course, I remember the Hardy Brothers. Come on, I'm 28. Of course I do. Jeff was one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Do you see Eze to Spurs? No, maybe next summer though. Oh, we all love the Tribal Chief Gilbert. Oh my God, Gilbert. Jesus wept. I forgot that was a thing. Legion of Doom. Yeah, Legion of Doom. I know my wrestling. Don't you worry about it. Eze Spurs eventually. Jan or next summer. He wants to come to Palace. Want crazy money. They'll mellow next year. Yeah, I think so. Annie, there are still fixtures on the calendar on Saturdays in November in the same week as Europa League games. Will these be rescheduled? Asking for a friend. Well, you tell your friend, Robert. Yes, they will. They'll probably be moved to the Sunday or the Monday. I love Jericho because of their entrances. Jericho's entrances were great. Jericho, he had, I tell you, this made me laugh. AEW, he had his band playing his song, and he came out singing to his song, Fozzy. I went and got a beer and went to the toilet. I had no interest. I think Tony Khan came out, and I just walked off. I was like, I don't care as well. Mercedes Monet's entrance started, and I went and got a beer as well. I was important. The beer was important. I had to go get it was expensive though, good lord, but it was important. Really like TNA when they had a hexagonal, the 6-sided ring. Billy Kidman was a cool one for sure. Remember Hornswoggle? God, Hornswoggle, yeah. Is the group for Europa League? No. Rohan, tomorrow. Tomorrow. The Europa League is out tomorrow. There's a lot of wrestling fans in this channel, isn't there? Crikey. Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah. Fat Jericho's awful. Good Lord. Do you think that Kula's ability to play inside and outside made investing expensive? Well, I think they just realized that maybe they didn't need someone inside and maybe need someone more of an out-and-out winger. So how much will Celso leave Spurs? A few million, maybe 5 to 10, somewhere in there. Can't bother watching AEW. I don't get the hype. Good wrestling. No real storylines. Tony Storm, Mariah May was a great storyline. I will say that, though. The best there is, the best there was, the best there'll ever be. Bret Hart, the man himself, the most bitter man in all of wrestling. I'm joking before someone cries about that. Jericho, Rey Mysterio storyline was good. Always. Remember Edge and Lita? Always. Killer Bees, Rowdy, Roddy Piper, Junkyard Dog, Iron Sheik, and Co. are golden era. Ooh, shout. Bilbao versus Spurs in the draw. Nico versus Poro. Give me Poro. You can't beat wrestling from the 80s. Will you be disappointed if we don't get another signing? I think I probably would be a bit disappointed if we didn't get another one, yeah. I used to play SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. God, there's better ones than that, mate. It's more interesting talking about wrestling than our current transfers. Do you know what? The second channel, which, by the way, if you haven't followed, description down below, give us a follow on the second channel. If people are keen, we'll go live and we'll play WWE 2K live, and you guys can just watch me and we'll chat about wrestling as I play it. That's where I thought that we would have signed Eze this summer. Yeah, I was hoping, but didn't happen, you know. Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, iconic. Well, not Hulk Hogan now, he's an idiot, but back then, iconic. Looks like you could have a third channel, Andy. Yeah, people seem to think a lot of people do really like wrestling. Wrestling is like, by the way, if you're not really into wrestling is a lot like Spurs Twitter. A lot of tribalism, a lot of negativity around things as well. But it's a great thing, and there's a lot of cool people in here. All About Here Comes Pain, great game. My first wrestling game was WWF in your house. No, I know it as well, Tim D. I know it as well. Let's talk about F1 as well. I uploaded a video, second channel, F1. I absolutely cooked up a feast. And Piastri, you and me are going to have words, mate. That's all I'm going to say. Go watch it. If we get a left back, who is it most likely to be? Well, the ones that we've been linked to are Loco and Dorgu. Kieran Trippier is retired from international football. Okay. Great Carly. Play Raw versus SmackDown 2007 was good. 2007 was good. 06 was good as well. I liked 06. Who remembers that Russian wrestler went from badass to love story main character? Not Kozlov, or do you mean Rusev, who's Bulgarian? Earthquake and Typhoon. Yeah. Was it Rusev? There you go. We should have signed Chiesa for only 12.5 million on the right. Got Odebear, mate. Got Odebear. Man United, the only team that scares me in the Europa League. They've been excellent in the transfer window. Yeah, but they always are pretty good in the transfer window, but then it always flops out. How can you not like Oscar? Mate, Rope KD, go and watch the chat. Go on the second channel, watch the video, and you'll see why me and Piastri are going to have it out. I like him in real life, but just on F1 24, we've got issues, me and him, all right? Go watch it. Estebinian could be good. Can't be drawn to United. Not until the knockouts. I love that. Espanyol selling their keeper to Arsenal. Look like they're going to agree a deal of around 20 million euros, and they've now just said they want 30 million euros. Oh, I love it. I love it. When was the last time Ten Hag won a European title? Don't think he has won one, has he? Flops out. Won't ever get little me seeing the great Carly squeezing Mysterio's head there. That was worrying, wasn't it? Do you see Bentancur leaving next season? It depends on how this season goes, mate, if I'm honest. To us, I feel bad for United. Injuries are crazy. Well, we had a lot of injuries. Well, our injury issues were pretty dire. So my sympathy is to a certain level, but it doesn't grow from there, you know. 70 million for Mark Guay. Good Lord, we were linked with Mark Guay. I could never have done that. Is the window closed for us if position window closes tomorrow 11 p.m. UK time? So a lot of you would probably do a Europa League watch along for the draw. Well, I'll tell you what, tomorrow, I believe the Europa League draw. Let me just double check. When is the Europa League draw? I want to know the time of the Europa League draw. 12 p.m. Okay. So 12 p.m. tomorrow is the Europa League draw. I tell you what, we will do a watch along for the 12 p.m. Europa League draw on the channel. We'll watch it all together, see who Spurs come up against, see who's going to get at this absolute work from Spurs. All right, I'll be there, and we'll do a watch along. We'll watch it all together, and I'll be commentating on it. Agate will make a big difference for United. This guy that keeps Bentancur out of the Uruguay team. Yeah, they make a mistake there. Bielsa Ball makes a mistake. Bentancur's too big for him. I am more scared of how serious Spurs will take the Europa. Why are you scared, Rec? We're going to take the Europa seriously. There's a lot of money. I was talking about the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup situation, right, is there's no money in the Carabao Cup. Hence why that's why teams don't take it too seriously, because they're not making any money on it. The Europa League, on the other hand, one game makes more than what we'd win for winning the trophy. So Spurs are going to make a lot of money out of the Europa League, sponsorships, all sorts. They're going to take it a lot more seriously. Also, winning the Europa League gets you Champions League football. So that's why we will take it seriously. We need a DM. I'm not as sure about that anymore. We'll see what happens with Archie Gray. Tim D with the first sticker that has been sent on the channel. My guy, Tim D. Shout out, my friend. Cheers to you. Summer Fruit Squash. That is absolutely cheers to you, Tim. Thank you for the sticker and the super chat to go alongside it, my friend. Absolute legends. Absolute legend. You know, I should buy Mercenaries, exactly. He's good, but doesn't international much. Lewis Dunk made it ahead of Tomori too. Yeah, that was a weird one. Kirkez is a good player. If Basuma steps up, we don't need a DM. Andy, why are teams like Chelsea and Liverpool United take the Carabao Cup seriously? They don't take it serious in the early stages. It's if they get to like the quarterfinal or semi-final, that's when all the big name players normally play, because it's, oh, hang on, we're really close to winning this trophy. It's a trophy win. It's, you know, it's a good thing. But in terms of like the early rounds, teams don't take it seriously. Nobody does. Even, I mean, I know Man City, when they rotate, their team is still better than pretty much every team on earth. But that's why there's no money in the Carabao Cup. Because there's no money, that's why teams focus on the Premier League in Europe until they get to the FA Cup, which they also focus on there as well, because there's a lot more money in the FA Cup. So whilst the two trophies of the Premier League and the Europa League this season will make so much more money, the Carabao Cup is, in theory, fourth on the list. So if it's a situation where Spurs can go, actually, we can get a bit more rest by not playing these players in this. We can play our rotational pieces who are going to get more game time, develop, improve, gives us more in the other game times when we might need them a bit more as well. It makes a bit more sense, you know? We will win a trophy this season. Love it, Gil. I agree. Tim, no. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Bloody legends. Man, I get flashbacks of Dynamo Zagreb. I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about Zagreb. I've got PTSD kicking in about that. Let's not talk about it. So look, obviously tomorrow, 12 p.m., join us on the Inside Spurs channel where we're doing the Europa League draw watch along. I think it will just be me. I don't think I'll have anyone joining me for it. So we're going to do the watch along. We'll be talking about it, talking about who we're going to play. We'll talk about other teams and who they're getting. We'll obviously keep an eye on Man United because obviously the English team. It's always nice to know who they'll be dealing with. We may go live in the morning with transfer news. I don't know. Obviously, tomorrow is the last day of the transfer window, so I expect to be active. I don't know how busy I'll be, but I'll be active. I'll be putting up community posts on the channel. I'll be putting up on Instagram or Twitter as well. So give us a follow down below in the description. You'll see the handles. Go over to them. Give us a follow. I'll try and do stuff there as well. I'm not as toxic as some Spurs fans, I promise you. But we'll be doing that. But yes, live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Europa League draw. Join us. Be there. I hope you do very much come along and hang out for a bit and we can just talk some football, which would be nice. I can see myself liking some of our early rotated sides even better than the first team. Ooh, Robert, I like that. I like that. Don't give me Orsic, mate. I don't want to hear it. But thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons. Make sure you kick back. Make sure you relax. Don't work too hard. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Talk more football. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the afternoons. And I'll peace out and see you later. Ciao.